Last time on Dragon Ball Z.
I'm not just mad, I'm also disappointed. Haha! A tournament! This is a metal detector. Weirdly, it didn't go off from my sword. And he is our new guardian. Now let the games begin! Hey guys, Saxdude26 here, and where are we? Dende's Lookout. Welcome back to Let's Play Dragon Ball Z, the Legacy of Goku 2. So, last time, to say we had a very busy episode is probably the biggest understatement in this whole game. Like, we're only now playing as Goku. So last time we fought and lost against Perfect Cell. We took Android 16 back to Capsule Corp to get repaired. Found out Cell's holding a tournament in 8 days' time. Gohan achieved the level of Super Saiyan. And we brought Dende across from New Namek to make us a new set of Dragon Balls. With that in mind, we're finally playing as Goku and we're making our way back to Capsule Corp to pick up the Dragon Radar so we can collect said 7 Dragon Balls. And what's everyone else doing? Chatting, socializing, and training for the tournament, because even though they have no idea if they can do anything to help, they at least still want to be here for support. So, good on those Z Fighters. Now we've picked up the Dragon Radar, and this is going to change things up greatly. Also, I mean, hey, Gohan just attained the level of Super Saiyan. This is a big deal. Being able to finally have Dragon Balls again, nothing else is going to be quite as big a deal as that. So, now that that's been added into the Scouter, and our Scout has been enhanced, we've got 2 things that show up on the map. First being areas we haven't seen, the grey ones. So, over at that level 50 character gate for Gohan, is some unseen area, of course. But over there in the outskirts of Gingertown is also a Dragon Ball. Now, is there anything in the Triceratops jungle? That I am curious about. Just want to make absolutely sure that I'm covering all of my bases. No? And is there anything in the Warlord's Keep? Yes, there is. There are 2 Dragon Balls in the extended connected area of West City. Which means, while Goku is sitting at level 35, much like Trunks and Vegeta, I think it's a good time to show off Gohan rocking the Super Saiyan armor, which, to be fair, does work pretty well for him. Granted, it is technically inaccurate to the source material. Goku and Gohan have gone into the Hyperbolic Time Chamber in the Saiyan armor, which was completely obliterated in their training. And then when they come out, Goku changes back into his normal gi, with the exception of one filler arc that is pretty sweet and does sort of get covered in amongst our hunt for the Dragon Balls, and as such I will address it later. And Gohan specifically asks Piccolo to make a gi design after Piccolo's gi, which, you know, considering the outfit we went in with, is really humbling and a really sweet moment, and I do love it. Like, you can't help but love Gohan. He's a fan favorite for a lot of very good reasons. But nevertheless, the one thing that is consistent, from this point onwards, every time anyone powers up, it is always going to be their standard transformation. Meaning that while Goku was able to reach Super Saiyan Stage 3, in fact, they don't use it. He immediately notices the problem of muscle mass versus mobility. If we are to be able to defeat Cell whatsoever, we need to find a way to harness the power of Super Saiyan without compromising ourselves with overburdened muscle mass and 0 movement speed. So what Goku and Gohan focus on doing when they're in the Hyperbolic Time Chamber is reaching what is known as full-powered Super Saiyan. With that, we found the 2-star Dragon Ball. I had no idea for the longest time playing this game that Super Saiyan Stage 4 was even a thing. Effectively, it is the form above Ultra-powered Super Saiyan, where you reach a level of comfortable and harnessed energy with Super Saiyan, meaning that when you power up, you hyper-focus the energy without compromising the muscle mass. Effectively, it's like if the aura from a Super Saiyan transformation basically was being hidden at all times, and then you unleash it in one fell swoop. And what would normally be powering up the standard Super Saiyan is in fact harnessing Ultra-powered Saiyan without overburdening your energy, because your body has become used to being a Super Saiyan. It's very confusing, and we're not going to see very much of it in the rest of the games, but we will see it one more time. And that's actually going to be in the next game, and I will mention when that happens because the character that uses it is actually a pretty important character. But if I mention it now, it is a complete spoiler for everything happening in the third game. So I'm going to completely avoid it for the time being. Rest assured, we do get to play as a character who is, for all intents and purposes, in the form of full-powered Super Saiyan, or in other words, Super Saiyan 1 Stage 4. Again, the 1 will be relevant as we go on. So, rest assured, there is an understanding of Ascended Saiyan that is being worked on and being harnessed, but it's all part of a different form of training. You know, I will say I do kind of miss Gohan being in the Piccolo gear. Also, I kind of go, if Gohan's going to be in the Super Saiyan armor, why isn't Goku? I literally have a coloring book that's got Goku and Gohan in their Saiyan armor in Super Saiyan form, so that's why that threw me. But regardless, basically at this point, Goku encourages Trunks and Vegeta to do their best to find their own ways of harnessing that same power. We've got 10 days, and only so much can be done. And other than going for the Dragon Balls, which is actually probably the most crucial thing, Goku actually wants to chill and spend time with his family. Goku is worried that we're not going to be able to win this battle, understandably. Poor Gohan here is getting the crud beaten out of him. Found the 6-star Dragon Ball, I believe. 6-star? Let me double check. Where are they? 6-star, yeah. Other than training, we don't know what's going to happen next. Weird rant aside, the world map. Stars about, and they are, of all the locations where we have to go and get Dragon Balls. So, there are going to be a bunch of them that are going to be behind character gates and a bunch that aren't. So, I want to try and give Gohan a little more screen time before I actually go and play as Goku. So first I'm actually going to head to the Tropical Islands, because at the moment this is the most powerful area we've been to, and the only people who've been there are Trunks and Vegeta. So we're going to be able to go through here again as a Super Saiyan, but not at the speed of Molasses, meaning I can actually fight things properly. Which is pretty important. As we go on, I am going to be playing a lot more as Goku, because quite a lot of the areas where those Dragon Balls are actually locked behind character gates for him. Oh, and another fish! Lovely. But the main thing I want to focus on is giving Gohan some screen time before I start grinding for everyone. We've got a fair amount of post-game to go through anyway, and thankfully the Dragon Ball isn't too far into this area, which is nice. But yeah, like, we've got the level 50 character gates, like the one we saw in Ginger Town in the Grey section, that we've got to still go back and do. And we've also got Cooler on New Namek, you know, considering he's been... Oh my goodness! Cooler has been on New Namek waiting there for 3 years, then Goku went to go get Dende, and then came back without even... Cooler's gonna basically have been waiting there for 4 years before anyone actually fights him. Maybe I should just really be a kick in the teeth and I shouldn't go and fight him until after the Cell games. That's incredibly tempting. But you know what? There's a chance he's gonna be terrorizing everything, so I should probably go and fight him beforehand. Considering if Earth gets destroyed, there's not gonna be anyone left to really fix that up. So yeah. I mean, to be fair, the Dragon Balls on Namek do have multi-res, so I mean, maybe it'll still work out, I don't know. Maybe there's a limitation to how many times you can do that. Regardless, 7-star Dragon Ball, fantastic. I just need to get back to the world map. The Legacy of Goku. We're finally playing as Goku. So we've got 3 of them so far, and the last 4 are on all of those locations marked with the stars on the map. Most of them are behind character gates specifically intended for Goku. The exception being the one in East District 439, because that one was behind a Vegeta character gate. But I will again be leaving that one until last, because the episodes of anime it relates to are actually relevant to the last few days before the Cell games. So I want to go over that at the very end, because it feels the right way to do it. And it'll make a little more sense when they're in there as well. So, this Namekian here has been waiting for us since Frieza landed 3 years ago. I think it's about time we go in here, break open this level 35 barrier, and open that bridge so that he can finally get out of the Northern Wastelands. Because he's been here for far too long. And just seeing the massive level and damage gap between Goku and all of these tiny tiger bandits here is quite incredible. But then when we get into that section behind the bridge, That's where one of the Dragon Balls is, so the difficulty is going to ramp up fast from early game to near end game status. Okay, I've been lost in the desert. If you didn't find me, I don't know what I'd do. I miss my friends. Well, look at it this way. Now you can go back. You've been waiting just as long as Cooler, so I mean, you've kind of earned it at this point. And now in the caves, we have Red Tiger Bandits. Oh, and they take a lot of hits, but it gives me an opportunity to show off some of Goku's special abilities. In particular, his special melee attack is the Flurry Punch, and it's not something we're unfamiliar to. We did see him using it quite a fair bit in the fight against Android 19. So, we have seen it in action a little bit. The main things we want to look at, though, are the energy attacks. I'm just going to find out where the... I see you there. I see you there, ninja. I see you throwing your shuriken. There's a ninja! Ninjas in the wastelands! Oh, these guys. They are some of the toughest enemies in Legacy of Goku 2, and we're going to be seeing a lot more of them as we go. So, keep an eye out for that. But the other energy attacks of importance are, of course, the Kamehameha Wave, which looks a lot more like it should now, as an actual beam. But golly, if it knocks enemies into walls, it doesn't do a whole lot because it causes the knockback, and that basically gives them invincibility frames for a bit. Also, those mortars are really not helping. Come on. There. No. Come on. Sometimes I wish friendly fire was a thing. Come on. There we go. Alright. Mortars and there. That's better. Much better. But the last energy attack I have isn't the Solar Flare, but it does take a massive amount of energy, so I can't really show it off right at the moment. So I'm going to focus on keeping Goku alive more than anything. Oh boy, these mortars are not helpful. Stop it. Come on, there we go. So get rid of you, then break open some rocks, and then we should be good to go. Come on. Thank you. That is not... could have done with more health, that'd be great. There we go. Where is he? I saw you there. I saw that fleeting glimmer of red amongst the boxes. Okay, Goku has reached level 36. Fantastic, because a couple of the character gates he's still got to go through have a pretty high level threshold on them, so I really don't want to be leaving Goku's level low for too long. I want to really be trying to get him up to level 40. Okay, come on. There we go. One switch done, because I believe it's a multi-layered gate. Yes. So, the other part of the door is going to be locked behind another switch somewhere, which most likely will be on the other end. We've just got to get through these high-level enemies to get to it, it's the main thing. Flurry Punch is so satisfying to pull off. Come on. Shuriken. Oh boy. But this gives me enough energy to show off the last energy attack that Goku has. The thing that he used to defeat plot-relevant enemies in the past. The Spirit Bomb. Charges all of his energy into a massive energy grenade above his head, and it just soaks through his entire energy bar, and I think it's a nice change to have that in there instead. Cool. Where have they gone? Here they are. No thank you. There. I'm in a bad spot there with those boxes. You know, the hitbox shouldn't be that big and I should have no trouble dodging it, but suffice it to say I was wrong. Come on. There we go, fantastic. And with that, that gate should now be open. Fantastic. So all I need to do now is get past all of these enemies and get to the Dragon Ball, and we should be good to go. In fact, gives me another chance to show up the Spirit Bomb again. As you would have seen, there was a little bit of damage landing on the wall on Henchman. Hit level 37, and then the flashing. I'm really glad the hitbox actually carried across to the henchman. I was worried it wasn't going to and I'd still have to fight him from a near full health bar. But there we go! That's the 1-star Dragon Ball. Off to the next location. Okay, next location in question. I know that the Northern Mountains is going to have a level 40 gate, so we won't be able to do that one. Which means we'll be going to the brand new area that's up here, the Snowy Highlands. We have snow, ladies and gentlemen, and most of the enemies here are going to be wildlife as well as powered up Kuma mercenaries. Oh boy. These are some of the hardest enemies in the game, and if you ever need a place to train people up to max level, I strongly suggest Snowy Highlands, definitely one of my picks. Like, aesthetically I love it, the enemies are a decent challenge, it all fits together pretty well. I will turn Super Saiyan though, because I know I'm going to need that extra grunt to really be working through this. More red tiger bandits. They wouldn't just stop at one. Level 38, fantastic. There. Take that. Awesome. All good. Oh, actually, is there anything up this way? Nope, nothing up that way. Oh. All good. Excuse me. Nope. Stop it. There. Gotcha. Alright. That's better. That extra power is really coming in handy. Awesome. Anyone else down here? We do have a split path, to be fair. They're both join up there, then that goes up there, and then we've got that that darker grey box as well. I vaguely remember what that's for, but we'll see as we get closer to it. I feel like there might be either a breakable wall or a hidden room. So I'm just gonna have to keep my eyes out for that one. So that wraparound section there was just for a couple of tiger bandits. And of course the red ones do use bombs. And I just scrolled them off screen, whoops. It happens. All good. There. Get rid of you as well. The experience is well worth it. Come on. I'm just happy to give Goku some more screen time in the game he's in the title of. Just makes sense to me. Of course, because there's a level 40 barrier, which means there's going to be a little bit of grinding needed to get him through there. And that's the unfortunate thing, is all of the other Goku gates that we're going to be running into are all going to be level 40 or higher. So we know what that means? A little bit of grinding. There we go. Goku has reached level 40, which means now all the other Goku gates that we're going to be going through today, he can actually enter. Granted, depending on how the levels go across for everything, I might still get other people to go through the gate after Goku breaks it, but nevertheless, we're in. Green ladybugs. Not necessarily the most threatening thing I've seen today, but nevertheless they're here. So it's something. We gotta get to that Dragon Ball. That's the main thing we need to reach. So, let's go this way first. And there's a save point. Awesome. Always good, because we do have quite a lot of powerful enemies here, and we gotta really keep an eye out for things. Granted, the ladybugs are probably the least threatening thing out of everything we're gonna run into, but it's the other stuff we gotta keep an eye on. Now, what do we have over here? This, I think, was the area that had an extra hidden area attached to it. If I'm remembering correctly, I say extra hidden because right at the top of the screen here is just going to be a wall. But then, bingo.
A mysterious cave is opened in the Snowy Highlands. But has Goku found the next Dragon Ball, or something more sinister? Find out next time on Dragon Ball Z.